2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
2 teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 25 carries, 94 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in Week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. The Bills send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It's taken to the 26. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively, nearly had the interception, but it's second down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards. When he launched that football, I'm guessing he was thinking end zone, but he'll take it. Now they're knocking on the door.
I like the way you can read his thoughts. Think of it from the opposite side of the ball. They thought they had a chance to make a play and knock it away. Didn't get it done. Can they reset now and hold them to it?
Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 33. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 3rd. To the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Bonds. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Miami. 62 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly. Not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Parks. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one again. Of 20 and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. It's a big play there for Miami. 65 yards. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to complete that play.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. 21-0 our score after 1. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it again, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bills ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
2nd and 13. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive. Got
to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Ready. 32. Yellow. Cheetah.
Up the middle they go. Woodson. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Bills send the punter out as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. Oh, nice move. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Steal. Check steal.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The first down screen pass, good for 5. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. The Mounties trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we go from one Ohio team to the other as we check in with the Bengals at home in Cincinnati. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
They'll run on 1st down. Woodson, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodson, and they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Inside handoff now, Miller. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. 46 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return, and out will come the offense. As they take over.
Good shot, good shot. Here we go, here we go. Red, 38. Double time. Hey, yellow.
In motion left goes a tight end.
31's the right. Here we go, D.
Back to throw now on first down. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And this a leaping effort, but it's not to... Way and incomplete. We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Weaver. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that will be caught, but out of the end. Zone says the field judge, it's ruled incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
17. Check smash.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the... Two.
Ready. Watch out now. 50 Fury.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Twitch red.
Twitch. Watch the twitch.
Ready.
On first down, Woodson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And here come the Bills. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. It's Turner. They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. So back. Back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Strip that ball. Slam, slam, slam.
Back to throw here. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he fields it cleanly. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they don't. Really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
63 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Now a handoff to Miller, and able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, Woodson, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 43 yards.
And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself. As you move on to the next one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
That's the way. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Right, 58, right there. Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
They'll run on first down. Woodson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Don't get nervous. Check 15, check 15. Shoot!
Up the middle they go. It's Hughes, and they'll get this just to the 4. Seven, 1-yard gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On first down, Hughes. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Weaver. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they'll run again.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Check 55, Mike. Focus, defense, focus.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. Woodson, and he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been.
And now here is another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On second down, Woodson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Okay, ready?
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Miami, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.